Hi viewers, welcome to another edition of Mary Clinic Live. How are you today? I remain your host, Malai Anofuti. Thank you so much for always joining us on another edition of Mary Clinic Live. So today I felt it important for me to share with us the full story of the man who recently cried out and said, Mom, please help me. My sister-in-law has hijacked my marriage. She has turned my wife to an errand girl, always sending her on errands every now and then, and not minding the fact that she's a married woman, and my wife will also abandon her home, abandon the kids, and go run errand for the elder sister who lives abroad, and sends her money to help her supervise a building project. And this wife of his would leave the house, early in the morning to go to the site to supervise the work, and she won't return home until late at night. And the painful part for this man is the fact that he works outside of Lagos. He doesn't live with them in Lagos, even though his family is in Lagos. He said that his job is outside of Lagos, so he only comes home, when he has time off and things like that. So luckily, I was able to reach the woman today to hear her own side of the story. And I was able to also hear the man's own side of the story. Now, what is the bone of contention here? What is paining this man? This man said, Ma'am, see, the main issue here is the fact that the elder sister who is abroad called my wife to tell my wife to go help her with her building project. She bought a land somewhere, maybe in the outskirts of Lagos, so she wants to put buildings on it, probably to rent it out, and she was looking for a trusted hand. So this woman called, our younger sister, who happens to be this man's wife, and said, hey, young lady, since you don't have a job, you are jobless. That is what the wife also confirmed. She said she doesn't have a job. Yeah, fine. Even though she says she has a kid business, kid mini store for kids, but that the business is not moving like that. That most of the time she uses money from the business to make up for what the husband is putting down. So she doesn't really have capital to do the business the way she would have loved to. So she's just sitting down at home. So this elder sisters of hers called her and said, hey, since you are not doing anything, can you help me go and supervise my site? I'll be paying you, go and be working on my site. You look after the workers, make sure they are not cheating us, make sure they are buying the appropriate amount of cement, of this, of that. Even though she has never been a builder before, she hasn't gotten such contract before, but she felt, okay, since I'm jobless, let me just go get this work done. Now, when the elder sister called her, the elder sister did not bother to call, her husband to inform her husband that, please, I'm going to be borrowing your wife for some months to help me out on my building project. She's the only dependent person or dependable person I have, or reliable, trusted hand I have in Nigeria. So she's the only one I can send millions to help me out with this building project. Now, this elder sister didn't do that. She only picked her phone, called her sister directly and said, you will be doing this for me, not minding the fact that she is a wife to a man and she is a mother to three children. As a matter of fact, there are three children, two are teenagers, one is a little one. So, the man is now angry, like, excuse me, this is now my word against the sister in law's words, because I'm telling my wife that, see, you cannot be leaving the house every day to go supervise a site for your sister in law at the expense of the care of my children. You can't just leave my children, you can't leave the home and go do this. And funny enough, when the woman is going to get this work done, the woman does not call to inform, her husband that, hey, I'm on my way to the site. No, she doesn't do that. She just said she will cook for her kids and make sure there is food in the house for them to eat. Then she goes and she tends to come back, in the evening when she's done at the site, and she will not inform the husband. And when I ask her, so madam, why don't you inform your husband whenever you want to go out there, to get this work done? She said, well, I assume he should know that I have gone to the site. After all, when my elder sister called me to tell me about the job, I told him that I'm going to be helping my elder sister to go to her site to be helping her to build there, and that I assume or I expect that you should know that that's where I will be anyway. And I was like, really? I said, yes, I assume she should know. Then another reason she gave is because she said, well, at times I don't even have credit, not even 100 naira credit on my phone to call him to let him know that that is where I'm going. So I said, okay, but I thought you told me that your sister is paying you to do this work. She said, yes. I said, and you can't buy 100 naira recharge card from the money she's paying you to load credit to inform your husband that, hey, my dear, I'm going out to so place. I want to go get this done for my elder sister. So I said, madam, do you know that your sister ought to even call your husband to let your husband know that, hey, I will be needing your wife's help? I mean, she needs to call him to take, some sort of permission. She said no, that she's not supposed to call him, that in our culture, we don't do that. In our culture, I said, your culture, your culture. Yeah, she said in Igbo culture that her elder sister cannot call her husband to inform her that she wants to send her on errand, that she is the one that her elder sister will tell that I want to send you on errand. I said, really? I said, is she aware that you are under a man, you are married, and you have obligations at home both to your husband and to your wife? She said, yes, but that our elder sister can never call the husband. I said, madam, but that is not good. That is not right. I mean, you guys are subverting this man's authority. I said that may be the reason why this man is very bitter, because the man is so bitter that he's saying that he doesn't mind, ending the marriage. That what nonsense is that how will your sister be dictating to you to leave the house to go and get some things done? You don't inform me. You abandon our kids. No one is watching after them. The man said that recently one of the kids, one of the teenagers got ulcer also, and he has been telling the mother to take this girl to the hospital. Please take her to the hospital. But because of this building project, this woman did not take her to the hospital, until he insisted that, see, today, if you don't take this lady to the hospital, hell will let loose. That was when she took the girl to the hospital. And when she got there, she abandoned her daughter there. She said, okay, well, I brought you here, queue to see the doctor. And she left, for the building site again. The girl managed to see the doctor by herself, told the doctor her complaints by herself and all of that. And the man said that to make the matter worse, when they were asked to come for the x-ray result the girl did for them to check what part is the ulcer or something like that, that the mother only took her there again to where she would get the x-ray result and just dumped her there and said, you know what, just stay here. This is where you get the result. I'm off. And she left her daughter there and went to the site. I said, madam, do you understand what parenting is all about? Because see, you might be saying, there is food for them to eat. I've made their food before I left. They are not children. They are not kids. I can't be babysitting them. They are teenagers. They are old enough to take care of themselves. I said, madam, when you are away, do you know what these children are doing? Do you know what they are doing? We've been hearing news here and there. Recently, we heard of the Chrisland school case. We hear all sorts. There are even some that we don't hear on social media that we know is happening. Even on this marriage clinic platform, I know what I hear on a daily basis. So I was like, madam, do you even understand what parenting is at all? That you can't tell me that, oh, just because you have made food available for them to eat, that the food they are going to eat is there, so you can just go out and go. You are not looking after them. You are not watching after your children's activity. You don't know what they are indulging in when you are away. You don't know whether where you left them is where you will meet them. You don't know what friends will come in to join them when you are away. You don't know who they are also going out there to meet. That when children know that their parents are not around, both father and mother, that they tend to just go out there, and use their freedom very well. They will use the freedom, to the extreme. And that you are not looking at all these things. You don't know whether when you are away, what they are busy doing is watching pornography. You don't know if they are beginning to build up or develop habits for one sort of addiction or the other. She said, well, each time I leave, what they usually do is to be on their phone, or they keep watching TV till I come. I said, don't they even go to school? She said, well, the eldest one is waiting to get an admission. The other one has just finished. It's just the last one that is in school, and school is on holiday. They will soon resume and all of that. And I said, and all their holiday they have to use it to watch television, to press phone, to watch phone. No adult to supervise them, no adult to monitor them. She said, well, I was thinking of bringing someone to supervise them or to help me stay with them, but the person is not feeling well. Even if you have to do this, because I understand your own plight as well, because she's saying, well, he cannot meet all my needs. He gives us only 50,000 to feed. After feeding money, nothing comes from him anymore. He doesn't care how we clothe. He doesn't care how we get toiletries. He doesn't care about this, about that. She explained quite a lot. And the man said, Madam, don't mind that. This is how she has been chasing money since I married her 21 years ago. This is how she's always chasing money, chasing money, chasing money at the expense of her marriage, at the expense of her children. And that since she has been chasing the money, she has not laid hold of the money. I said, really? I said, Madam, is that true? She said that, well, that he can say whatever he likes, but that she is the type that she doesn't believe in sitting idle. That so she is the type that she is always going out there to hustle, always going out there to hustle. That she will do this, do that. That even when she closes from the site, she will still go, to some children's houses to teach them lessons so that she can get money. I said, Madam, so you are doing all this, but you don't care about your own children. Who is teaching your own children at home? Who is teaching them lessons? Who is ensuring that they are going to be sound academically? I said, please, raising children is not just about feeding them or saying, I have a child that is 20 years old, that is 21 years old, that is 19 years old. I said, no, what is the quality of that child? What moral value does that child have? Because it's not just about raising, a grown-up adult that is big in body, big in stature, but as per the content of their character or what their tendencies, you'll be amazed what is living inside of them. So is that the kind of child you want to raise? And the man was complaining that as she is, that the children don't listen to her anymore because she's not even there for them. I said, really? He said, yes, that if I see when the son, who is a teenager, argues with her and will not listen to her and will cut her bluff, that will be like, what is this? Is this his mom? That until he calls the boys to order before the boy will listen. So I said, sir, you know what? Even you that you went to get a job outside of Lagos, I said, I understand your plight because for economic reason, you have to earn. He said, yes, that is from that job. I pay their school fees. I feed them. I do this. I do that. I pay their medical bills and all of that. I said, yes, I understand, sir. But I said, sir, all these you living in Maduguri, husband, wife and children are living in Kafacha. I said, it doesn't always work well. It's always best for both of you to live together, to stay together, to be under the same roof. Try as much as possible. If you can get a transfer, get a transfer. Be close to your family, be close to them. This woman alone cannot monitor these children. Fine, both of you are chasing money at the expense of what? At what cost? At what opportunity cost are you both chasing money? Never. So I try to let him know that, see, you also need to work your transfer or try and see if you can get a job in Lagos. And the man said, well, I'm already working on that. Be close to them. Be close to them. Be close to them. Have an eye on them, because even the way the woman is behaving, she's behaving as though she doesn't have a husband or she doesn't have a head. I mean, she just goes out at will, she comes back at will. She feels she's not accountable to anyone. When I was making her see reasons why she should always let her husband know where she's going, and her movement. She doesn't see a need for that. And even when I said your sister who is calling you to be sending you on errand, or to call your husband to tell your husband that, I will be needing your wife for this, is that it shows that you people don't respect him, and that this man is beginning to feel that his authority in his own home is being subverted by an external person who happens to be a sister-in-law who has maybe little money at hand, and say, well, after all, this sister-in-law, has helped us before. She's been helping us. I said, madam, it doesn't matter. The fact that she has been helping you people or she has helped you before does not mean, she should now come and be disrespecting your husband. No, you guys should try as much as possible to see reasons with this man. This man is trying to say something. He said, well, she has not worked in a while, so she needs the money. She needs the money. I said, fine, madam. I know you need the money, but please, you need to work out a plan such that you can't be going there every day, because she said she goes there every day. I said, no, that cannot work. No man would like that. My husband will not take such. I said, I know some other men that will not take such. They will put their foot down and say, no, you cannot. Not at the expense of our home and at the expense of our marriage. So you have to meet your husband halfway. What you need to do now is for you to map out ways or plan. Maybe you look for someone that will be going there for you every day, but you have to go there only to supervise. So probably you only go there once or twice a week, and you need to let your husband know when you are going. You can't just leave the house and just go out there. If anything happens to you out there, who would you blame? Because the man does not even know you are going out. I said that is why the man is having distrust in his heart, because the man also thinks that we don't even know whether it's true she's going to a site or she's going to see a man. You don't do things that will make your husband or your wife to start to suspect you, because that is what you are doing. When you leave the house, you just go, no, you are not accountable to anyone. You just behave as if you don't have head. Oh no, Lua, which is not good. He said, well, it's our culture. Our culture don't do that. Our culture don't take permission from husband. I said, well, madam, keep your culture on the shelf, because I said culture is not the originator of marriage. It is not culture that originated marriage. God is the originator of marriage. And if you know God, or if you fear God, you will do marriage according to God's design, not according to how your culture wants it. I said, do you know how many marriages culture have destroyed? Do you know how many marriages all these in-laws interferences have destroyed? I said, you are treading on that path, madam. You need to make amen. I'm not saying you chasing money or you looking for money is bad, but I'm just saying do it in moderation. Do it in such a way that your home is still going to be your priority. Your children will still be your priority. Do it in such a way that it will not appear as if you are being rude or disrespectful to your husband. Do it in such a way that you don't disregard your husband and the man feels that his authority is being subverted by an in-law. No man would like that. As a matter of fact, no man will condone that. He said, me too, that you can't meet all my needs. I have needs too. I have dreams too. I said, madam, I understand. And I am also an advocate of women working, an advocate of women having something they are doing. But I said, madam, while you are doing that, because say, what if I'm working in a bank or something? Is this how you will be telling me to babysit adults or things like that? I said, fine, madam. If you were working, when you are working, you would have made adequate plan in place. I was working too, so whereby I go out very early in the morning and I come back, late at night. But because I'm working, I make sure that the home front does not suffer. I make sure everything, is in place. There is someone on standby. Even the person will have a backup at times, and I'll make sure that my kids will not suffer. There is always an eye monitoring them, and so when you work, you also put your money to work to make sure that the home front is balanced. But in a situation whereby you guys are just doing things anyhow, yeah, you guys are just going out anyhow, you and your husband seem to be running different homes, he seems to be in one state, you are in another, it doesn't make sense. See, when people are saying, oh, they don't want this marriage anymore, they are fed up, they are tired, it's not just that one issue that happened that day. It used to be the accumulation, the built up of several issues that went unresolved, that usually lead to this, oh, I'm fed up, I can't take this anymore, oh, I want to get a break, I want to divorce, I want to do this, I want to do that. That is why I always say, see, you too, you don't do things that would add to the issue. You don't do things that will suggest to the other party that you do not value your marriage, or that maybe you value money. over your marriage. Don't do things that will suggest to the other person that, oh, you value your in-laws or your people more than the marriage. Don't do things that will make the other person think, oh, you don't even value your children. So when you do all these things, the person will be asking him or herself, did I really make the right choice? Did I really do the right thing by marrying this person? They will start questioning their choice. So what is it that you are doing in that marriage that is making your spouse to distrust you, that is making your spouse to suspect you, that is making your spouse to, to be doubting his or her choice about you? Ask yourself, it is your behavior that contributes to it. It is your character that contributes to it. So I had to call the man back and appeal to him and tell him, sir, please, just be patient. She will make some amends, and let's see, she will make some amends. But I think the man has a lot of points he's making, and I remember putting up comments yesterday saying that, see, no wise woman will bypass her husband when someone sends her on errand. So you, at least you let your husband know, or the people that are sending you on errand should let him know that, please, oh, you are going to be needing your wife, oh. And the man too will be aware. You will be prepared for that season you will not be around. Not that you will just go and say, well, he should know that I've gone to work for my sister. No, please, wise women don't do that. I would like to stop here now. So that's the full story, that's the full gist. Please, let's look after our children very well, and let's add prayers to it. Don't just think that, oh, because you are raising built up guys, built up lady, oh, the bodily, they look built. Don't think that is all about parenting. You are just feeding them to keep them alive. But what about their spirits, their soul, their mind? What is there? What is the content in their spirit? What is the content in their mind? What substance are they made up of? Those are the things you should also pay attention to. Not just food, not just feeding them, not just keeping them alive and wanting to build their bodies alone. No, because you will end up having adult in maybe babies in adult bodies. Because such children will become adults, and you will see that they don't even listen to their wife, they don't listen to their husband, they just go into marriage, start behaving anyhow. See, all these things start from home. We start writing our stories. We start writing the stories of our children from home, right from home. Their story begins from home. Even our own story began from home. It is all this upbringing that adds up to who people are in their marriages today. I would like to stop here now. I hope you have learned something. So if you are also in this woman's shoe, please make amends. You can't just be going out without informing your husband. No excuse. You can't just be roaming the streets, abandoning your wifely duty, abandoning your motherly duty. You abandon your duty post to go and be running errands for in-laws. That thing annoys me. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't mean you can't run errands for them, but not at the expense of your marriage. Not even when your husband is frowning at it. When your husband is frowning at it, something should tell you that, hey, this man doesn't seem to like this. Let me quickly make amends. Let me meet him halfway. Let me hear him out. Don't forget, whatever God has joined together, let no man put asunder, including in-laws, because these kind of things can put asunder a marriage of 21 years. Think about it very well. I would like to stop here now. I remain your host, Marlai and Okuti. Please don't forget to follow us on our YouTube channel. Go subscribe. It's very, very important that you go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hope to see you another time. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. Let's know your thoughts as well. Till we meet again, I remain your host, Marlai and Okuti, and I say